Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? Welcome to Marketing Monday. As you are coming on in, go ahead and say hello, y'all. We have a special guest today. We have the one and only Marketing by Monray. So, as you guys are coming on in, go ahead and say hello, where you're tuning in from, and if you are watching the replay, I need you to go ahead and put hashtag replay. Now, all your friends in the group, your writing partners, go ahead and tag them in the comments. Okay. Tell them to come on because you are not going to want to miss this. Now, for those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Chanel E. Martin, and I am the founder and CEO of Beyond the Book Media. And we exist to help you write your book fast in 7 days, publish your book, and help you market your book by taking your book from manuscript to marketplace. And so we have Monray. She's going to talk about y'all creating these marketing campaigns. Look, she's the GOAT. And if I didn't know it, I know I just heard her speak at a conference and with us being in the same marketing mastermind program. And the way she produced them campaigns, I said, hold up. I said, look. I was so grateful to have her and part of our community and extended some of her time. So you guys want to make sure you're going to watch this and you're gonna come back and watch it again because I know she's about to drop some gems. All right, hello, Monray. Thank you for stopping in on your lunch break. Hopefully, I know you've been busy this past weekend speaking. Look, I'm tired too. I'm tired, but we here. So hey, how you doing?
Good. Hey y'all, how are y'all? I'm excited to be here.
Okay, good. Me too. Oh my goodness. Do you know what I just realized? Hold on. Hey y'all, we coming, we here. Let's go. I just realized something that I'm about to fix right now. Did it work? Okay. Yes. Okay. Here we go. My team was looking for it. I'm getting messages and text messages because when we set up the StreamYard, it was not posting in our Facebook group. And I don't know why that happened, but it's okay. We just fixed it. Let me double check, y'all. Hey, y'all, we're gonna get to it. I'm just double checking to make sure when we scheduled this that y'all can see it in the group. Yep, we in there right now. All right, cool. Y'all was looking for us. Y'all was like, hold up, where's she at? She on YouTube, but not on Facebook. I'm about to fix this out. We gonna get this together. Thank you so much, Monray. Look, this will happen when you be at a conference all weekend.
Right.
Trying
Monday be a struggle.
It be a struggle. But I'm about to resend our text message. Y'all. As y'all are coming on in, look, thank you, Right With Me family. Come on in. How are y'all doing? We have a marketing by Monray. She's getting ready to talk to us about doing $1,000,000 campaigns. Look, I just know you about to give us some everything. I'm about to resend a text message out so that they will know in case they came in here looking for it. Like, where is it? It's in here right now. All right, cool. As you are coming on in and you're seeing this, go ahead and say hello. Look, somebody said, I was like, look, they was like, hold on. They said, I was wondering, where is my, I know. I was looking at our number. Can I say, hold up, now I know y'all finna show up. Okay, for this. Look, that's why I love it. Okay, they're coming in. They're saying they said we here. We here. All right, cool. Janine says, hello, Monray. Yes, I am happy to see you. All right, cool. I just sent another text message out. So y'all should be coming in shortly. All right, cool. Let me just say your bio. I'm gonna read y'all her bio, and then we are going to get started in just a moment. All right, so Marketing by Monray is the dean and president of Millionaire Mob University. She's a two-time published author and digital marketing maven. Starting in 2013 as a sophomore in college, Monray opened her marketing agency, Rare Necessities Brand Management, with the intention of assisting them with making marketing simple. Immediately after opening the agency, she discovered her passion for campaigns and her unique ability to use the combination of data and creativity to make her clients money. After graduating, she went on to work with celebrities and companies where she continued to develop her skill set for all things marketing and increase their revenue to well over 300% within the first 90 days of working together with implementing her $1 million marketing system. In 2019, Monrae discovered that CEOs were not equipped with the knowledge to successfully maximize their marketing in their business, which was ultimately holding them back from their revenue goals. In 2020, she created the Millionaire Mob University, where she now provides the programs and products to make marketing simple and to help her students go from invisible to visible, then visible to paid. By doing so, she hit her first $1 million year by the age of 26. Her ultimate goal is to open an accredited marketing university with several campuses and equip her students with her $1 million marketing systems, ultimately making marketing simple and generate her students over $100 million in revenue. Oh my goodness. So welcome, Monrae. How are you doing?
Good.
How you feeling right now? I know you had a busy weekend.
Yes, it has been busy. So I am still trying to recover from the conference. I was still at the hotel yesterday talking to people. So, if I look tired, I'm so sorry. But so that's what I've been doing, trying to jump back into the business today, catching up from last week. So yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Cool. We're excited to have you. So we have a few questions that we're gonna jump right into. We're not gonna keep you here long. Y'all, I mentioned earlier she spoke at anybody here went to TSP Live? She spoke at TSP Live here in Atlanta in Alpharetta, my neck of the woods. That's where my office is. They've been hating on me, Monrae. They was like, Alpharetta. I was like, it's sauce in Alpharetta, okay?
Yes.
So my office, Beyond the Book Media, is actually located about 5 minutes away from the Avalon. So
yeah, that was our neck of the woods.
Yes, this is where Beyond the Book Media started, launched, where we got our first just our footing has been here. So I'm very grateful. Well, I know I read your bio, and you can only put but so much. Is there anything else like you would like for them to know before we jump into these questions? Any nuggets?
So, you guys heard a lot about me, but just to give you guys some insight, like I started my business, like I said, when I was 19. So that requires, I feel like, a different type of work ethic. To actually start a company that has now became a multi-million-dollar company, starting at 19. And a lot of people always ask me, like literally all weekend, I've been asked, like, what made you start the company, and what skill set or what thing do you feel like you had inside of you to actually actually do it. And I talked about right before my speech, you guys got to see the video, and I always talk about, like, I knew I had something inside of me, but I just didn't know what. And I always wanted to make sure that I had a talent, and I really didn't know what my talent was. Like, I thought that I needed to become a hairstylist, I needed to become I was trying to create a fashion brand, like, and as smart as I was, and all of the things inside of my mind. And I think that aligns so much with you guys as you're creating books, because a lot of times you don't think that you can sell your knowledge, and you can, and I want people to understand that your brain is probably the most important thing and the most profitable thing that you can actually sell. And so you put it inside of a book, you put it inside of something tangible, allows you to be seen as an expert. And so I know some people may not have got to the point of them actually launching their book or writing their books, and you're sitting there like, I don't know enough to write a book. I don't know enough to talk about this, right? But just to know that I didn't either. I felt like I didn't need either. And then look at where our company is today by really standing 10 toes down and like really selling our knowledge.
So I love how you talked about how your knowledge, your mind is the most profitable part of your brand. Yeah. And that really is in alignment with what we do in Beyond the Book Media. We focus on helping our authors mainly share their expertise and their knowledge and create nonfiction books to launch their infopreneur empire. We always say it starts with the book first. And when you have a book, you can build everything off of that, simply because what happens if you try to do it without a book, you don't have to have a book, but then you're all over the place. And now you have a focused piece of content that you can spin so many different ways. Now, while we're asking her questions, I want you guys to put in the comments the title of your book. All of my authors, all of my I want to be an author. I've been thinking about being an author. Go ahead and drop that in the book, because I want you to realize like that is valuable. Okay, it's valuable. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get into some of our questions. And y'all, like I said, I just heard her speak and I was so convicted. Okay, because I've been playing small. I've been playing small. That's what you do. You when you come out, I'm like, wait a minute. There's more. And I came and talked to, I said, oh Lord, okay, I gotta do what to get to where I want to be, to make the money I want to make. I gotta step it up a notch. And I gotta step it up a notch by not creating lazy campaigns. I've been lazy, girl. I've been lazy. We just be throwing stuff together. Lord, please let it hit. Ain't no thought for real. Now we've made money, right? We've done okay, but there's so much more. And like that's how I feel like with some of your books, y'all. Y'all write these books, okay? You're like, oh my goodness, God, I was obedient. I did the book. And then you're mad at God because it didn't say, well, God, you said, God also said, like, put some strategy. There's always an order to creation. Right. God could have immediately threw everything together on the earth and said, here's creation. But he made one thing after the other and had it all planned out. And so we can't think that we are so entitled, that God is entitled to bless our efforts when we did not create a campaign. So my question for you, Monrae, what is a marketing campaign?
Yes. So I love creating campaigns, and just to even give you guys some history of where because it's like, Monrae, how you know about this? Like, where this come from? You different, right? So as I just told you guys, I didn't know I had a talent, but I quickly realized that God had already equipped me with everything that I needed. And so as I started my agency when I was 19, I still was trying to find that thing, but I started working with clients and I began to cultivate a strategy. I was like, if we're going to get from point A to point B, there has to be a idea, or there has to be a methodology of how we're going to move, And so that's when I began to understand the concept of strategy. Like, I began to understand that things just don't happen, and marketing is numbers. Like, you can literally print money on demand at any point of time if you understand how to pull those levers and really understand how to master those numbers and shift those numbers around. So that's where our marketing campaigns begin to come from. And so we decided that campaigns was the basic principles behind mastering marketing, and not because of the right, because everybody think about my campaigns and they think about the power campaigns and the Beyonce campaigns and the amazing videos and visuals, but the thing that makes the most sense, that makes you the most money, is data and creativity powered together. And so our campaigns and our campaign process allows you to understand and see that. So a marketing campaign is an organized course of actions to achieve a goal. That's it, right? Like, you gotta be organized, you gotta have multiple actions, and then you gotta have a goal. Having those three things allows you to be able to actually begin to produce the campaign. And so we came up with our campaign method to give our students. I'm all about making marketing simple. We don't make it easy, but we make it simple. So we came up with these methods to simplify the process of creating campaigns so you actually can get it done. And campaigns is really the solution to being able to do all the things when it comes to campaigns. Like, when it comes to marketing, like, it's so much that you have to do, but producing a campaign allows you to get it all done because it organizes it in a certain fashion so that you're able to really, really make sure it gets it done.
So what I feel like, this is what I do. I'm just going to put myself on blast. I'm not going to put y'all on blast. I'm putting me on blast. I feel like sometimes I be rushing. That's my problem. I'm rushing and I'm trying to hurry up and do something because maybe I'm excited, or maybe I got into a dire situation. I need some coins. So let me just go ahead and right. So how do you how do you, for those authors, because I feel like some of our authors, they're really excited. They have these books. They're like, oh my goodness, they didn't put an arbitrary day. I'm gonna launch on my birthday, right? Or whatever. Like, how do you talk to them and navigate that campaign process where you're not rushing and you're able to manage that excitement so that you can put it together and see it through?
Yes, yes. I think that's super good because I think that a lot of times the reason why we're rushing is because we didn't spend enough time and map it out. We didn't spend enough time actually planning. Rushing is not going to get you to the results, right? Like if you rush to get it through to actually launch it, what's going to happen is you're going to have to be in this continuous cycle of, okay, rushed it to launch and then I launched and I didn't get the results that I needed. So now I got to rush again and do something different. And then boom, it's going to be like this continuous cycle. And so if you're rushing, then you're not actually achieving the results that you need, which is going to cause you to have to do something else because you still got to make the money. And so I think what happens is like you have to spend enough time planning. Now, don't over plan. Don't like, I've been planning for a year. No, unless you planning for, $1 million, $5 million launch, maybe you are planning for a year, right? But if you're just trying to make a couple coins, then quantify the time that you need to actually spend on your campaign and your project. So for us, we spend at least 3 to 4 weeks prior to us launching a campaign, planning it, getting all the resources together, creating the content and ready to actually launch to do the things. And so I think that we have to take a step back and start to think about what does Q4 look like for us? What does September look like for us? What does August look like for us? So you can be able to start to plan ahead of time so you don't have to rush and you can't execute with ease because a lot of you guys, it's just you. So if it's not a whole bunch of people on your team, then you're going to have to, one, to prevent overwhelming yourself, you're going to have a clear plan so that you can go through this checklist so that you can get it all done.
So I know you have created a checklist in a planner, and I'm feeling like how I missed this, but I'm getting all the things. Like I'm sold. I'm getting them. We gonna talk about it. She got a system, okay? So don't worry about it. Don't worry. Some of you are like, how I do this? It's okay. We're gonna drop the details on that in just a moment. But I love what you said, and now I'm getting convicted because I think at first, especially for a lot of first-time entrepreneurs, it was just the fact, or in authorpreneurs, right? Because we have a lot of people that write books to transition themselves into entrepreneurship. So that book is like the bridge. They're like, okay, I want to be a coach, so let me write a book. I want to launch this brand, so let me write a book. And that's where many of our authors are. They're transitioning out of corporate America into doing something else. And so we feel like, whew, I was obedient. I finally stepped out, and then you start thinking about marketing. Y'all let me know in the comments if I'm talking to you. You start thinking about marketing. You're like, wait a minute, I spent all my juice trying to get this thing off the ground. And so then you start getting analysis paralysis. You start saying, okay, do it really take all that? Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. And then, like you said, you get into this rat race of like always feeling behind. Am I talking to anybody in there? Yeah. You're always feeling behind. And so what I feel like what you've done for all of us is you have just really called us out. And now we're going to take time because we can't be mad we didn't make the money that we needed to make when we didn't do the marketing that we needed to make.
Right. I mean, I think that's a good thing to even be convicted about and know that that's a problem, because to be honest, you're not, and just to lay it on out there, y'all. I don't know if y'all know me, but I be 100% real. So you ain't gonna become a multi-millionaire, billionaire off of one book, right? Like you ain't gonna sell all these books, whatever. Like she said, it's your transition to what you're trying to do, or your bookpreneur empire, right? So the goal is to really think about big picture. And so even as you are cultivating the idea for the book, you also should be cultivating the idea of your marketing to get it in somebody's hands, right? Because if it takes you 7 days to write the book, we could have started pre-sales before you even wrote the book, right? So, you want to be cultivating it in your mind of, how do I get this book in somebody's hand before I even spend 7 days, 7 nights, or write a book to even know, do I have product market fit? Right? Like, do anybody even need this book? Right? And so really understanding, how do you get it into other people's hands? Who is that customer? Who is that reader that you're looking for? How does that fit into your bigger picture? Because this is just the first step into the bigger picture. So how does this fit into your bigger picture? How do you begin to cultivate that community so that you're building a community? So when you say, hey, yeah, I wrote a book because I'm an expert in salsa dancing, and then you drop your virtual salsa dancing classes, then they ready to go, right? And so it's like, this is just a step. And I think a lot of times we can't never get to the end goal and the end result because we never master step one. And so marketing is a part of, and I always tell new entrepreneurs, regardless of the product or service, that you're supposed to think about your marketing from day one. You're supposed to be thinking about the problem that your customers have. You're supposed to be thinking about who's solving your problem. You should supposed to be thinking about who this person is, how I'm getting, what's my traffic sources, how am I even gonna get this book into somebody else's hands, right? Like, nobody's magically gonna be like, Evans, I need your book. Like, nobody's coming to you asking you for the book, right? Without you getting in front of them. And so what is going to be your thing of getting in front of more people? Oh, boom, I'm creating a children's book. So I need to start looking at my local libraries and looking at my local bookstores. And even as I'm writing the book, I'm spending an hour a day calling them, booking reading engagements before the book is even done, right? And so you have to think about your marketing up front. And I think the reason why a lot of businesses fail and a lot of entrepreneurs get burnt out so quick is because we think about marketing too late. And what happens is, you do all of the things, you do all of the things to get the product done or the product executed. Now you leave that lazy energy and that lazy creativity for the end, for the marketing that's actually supposed to actually sell your products, right? You leave that for the end. You don't got no more money because you done spent all the money on the stuff, that doesn't matter with the product or service. And then what happens is, it doesn't take off the way that you thought it was going to take off. So now you're unmotivated. You looking at your house, you looking at all these books sitting in your garage, and now you're upset, and now you quit. And so now you never get to your goals because you didn't position yourself right, and you didn't set yourself up for the best results.
Look, you see the comment? She said, they said, yeah, she called me lazy. She right. Look, go ahead. If she right, just put a she right in the comments. Just put a she right. That's the first step. Ain't that the first step? That's what happened to me. I'm telling you, I came and talked to you at the conference, and I said I was in tears. I was so convicted. And maybe I'm taking it a little harder, but I was so convicted because I know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what to do, and I got lazy, I got complacent. When you have a little bit of an audience and a following and stuff, it's real easy for you to feel entitled that people are just gonna buy something because you put it out there, right? Like, and I know you've come across people, like some clients and different things of that nature, who, we like, I got all these people, ain't nobody bought. It's like, bro, because you was lazy on the back end.
Right. And on the front end. Like,
and on the front end.
So, and the thing is, I tell people all the time, the best marketer wins. And it's not talent, it's not product, it's not quality, it's your work ethic. And one thing that I decided up front in my career, that nobody was going to outwork me. And to my detriment sometimes, because I be having to talk to my team be like, girl, slow down. And I be like, listen, we're going to have to keep going, right? Nobody can outwork me because this is my legacy on the line. This is my results on the line, right? Like, so I'm the one that has to live with that. And one thing I decided a long time ago, that I know where I want to go. And I can't allow myself 10 years from now, 20 years from now to resent me. And I can't allow myself to think like, oh, if I would have just, if I could have just, if I would have just did what they had said, if I would, like, I can't allow myself to resent me because I'm not in a place that I want to be in. You know what I'm saying? So, and I decided that I gotta win. Like, I gotta do all the stuff. It may be overwhelming, it may be a lot, but I gotta break it down so that I can actually process it and execute. Because I can sit in my excuses or I can sit in my success. And so I need to figure out how do I actually get there so that I am actually able to fulfill the purpose that God, equipped me for. He didn't give you the idea for you to be haphazard and mediocre and subpar. Nothing that God has ever done has been subpar or mediocre. So why do you think that he would give you something to execute for you to be mediocre? He's not okay with that. And I feel like as children of the kingdom, we shouldn't be okay with that because he has never been anything of subparness, right? So we can't. And so really making sure that we're keeping, and I tell people all the time, keeping being consistent with the things that you know that you need to do. Because people ask me all the time, like, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay? I say, I don't stay motivated. I stay consistent because motivation can come and go. When things happen in my life, I don't be motivated. Like, I've been out all weekend. Today, I'm not motivated, but I'm consistent. Like, I'm going to show up, right? And so you got to stay consistent and the motivation to come back, right? The inspiration to come back, the creativity to come back. But if you keep stopping and slowing down, you're going to continue to sit in that season of being mediocre. And you can't say that you are fulfilling the purpose that God gave you if you okay with just being mediocre.
That is so good. And I totally relate with you. I don't want to be mediocre and the best marketer wins. So I'm competitive. So when you put it like that to me, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I gotta win. I gotta win. So I to figure out and what I'm gonna do. And for those of you that are kind of going through your brain trying to figure, okay, well, what if I don't have all this stuff? You got to be the best that you can be in with what you have, right? So I guess that goes to my next question because I feel somebody saying, but I ain't got all this stuff. And how do I do this? It's just me, or I'm just starting on my budget may not be XYZ. So I'm gonna ask you, like, what are some elements that are essential for a marketing campaign for those who may want to do it, but they're just like, I don't know where to start?
Yeah, so I'll give y'all my 8 steps of a marketing campaign. Y'all drop it in the chat so everybody can get the steps and write this down real quick. So step 1 is your focus product. So everybody drop one focus product. So step 1 is your focus product. You have to know, because some of y'all are serial book writers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say y'all serial book sellers, but you a serial book writer, right? Like Chanel shows you how you can write a book in 7 days, and every 7 days you got a new book, right? And so you have to identify what's the thing that we're going to focus on, because what's happening is that we are not where you don't convince your customer to read and purchase book 1, and by the time they see your dinner post, you done told them again about book 2. By the time you see your email, it's about another book, and then you like, well, let me throw a consultation in. Like, it's all over the place. So I identify what the focus is and what the goal is. How much money I want to make. Like how much I need to make right this month off of this book. And then you move on to concept and strategy. So concept is a little bit where people start to become hesitant because they're like, I'm not creative. And it's not that you're not creative, it's not, you're not asking yourselves the right question to pull out that creativity. Everybody is creative. If you wasn't creative, you wouldn't be able to have visualized the book, right? Like you wrote a whole story that you got from your creative spirit. Everybody has both sides of their brain, so that means you have a creative side, right? And so your goal is to figure out how do you understand and cultivate a marketing message to resonate to your audience. And that message is now giving your audience a visual understanding of that message, because people do not read. Like they just don't read, right? And so if my pictures or my videos is saying the messaging that I want to get across, then now I'm truly, truly connecting to the message, and everything else is just going to be able to confirm what I know. And so, like for example, with our concepts, we had our Upgrade You campaign where we redid the Beyonce video, right? Now I'm not telling you to go be Beyonce. I'm not even telling you to do anything that extravagant. But what I am telling you is we had a clear messaging. That's what you should take apart away from it. The message was that you're getting upgraded. And so for 3 weeks, they heard upgrade you, upgrade you, upgrade you, upgrade you. So when we dropped the product, they knew they was what? Being upgraded. They knew that we was getting another planner. They knew that we was getting another option to what we had already purchased, right? And so the messaging was clear as day. And so you want to have a clear concept, and then you move on to your strategy, where your strategy allows you to understand your traffic plan. And this is where your money is identified and dissected. And a lot of times we don't necessarily spend enough time on strategy. But after we've identified how much money we want to make, we have to know how many people need to come to our website and how many people need to actually see our marketing. And so we want to spend enough time in that phase 2, which is concept and strategy, to really understand what needs to happen, because it dictates phase 3. So phase 3 is mapping it out. Based on, if I told you that you identify you needed 10,000 people to come to your website so that you can get 1,000 people to purchase your book, then okay, cool. How many people need to see our marketing, and then how many people actually need to see us in our marketing? So what do I need to do to reach those people? What posts need to happen? What emails need to happen? And this goes back to planning. And the reason why it's overwhelming is because you don't have a checklist. And so I tell my team this all the time, because we're in this season of really like honing in on project plans and really project management to the highest capacity. Because when you, and so this is something I told my team, and somebody may find some value in this. I told them today, I said, the reason why it's overwhelming is because you don't know what's coming next. And I know I'm the type of person where you cannot call me today and ask me to come pick you up from the airport. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, ma'am, no, it's not on my list. Now, if you call me 2 days in advance, I can put it on my list. I can put it on my calendar. And now I'm okay with coming to pick you up from the airport. And so, and it's not because I don't want to do it in my heart of hearts. It's because it's not on my to-do list. And so I don't know what's coming up. And so now you done overwhelmed me because I didn't know that I had to do this today. And that's personally just me. And I tell people, if you don't know what's coming up, if you don't know next week what emails you got to send, or you don't know next week what posts you got to go out, then now it's overwhelming because you're in the moment trying to shift your day. Your day should have been decided 2, 3, 4, 5 days ago, right? For today. And so mapping it out really allows you to be able to do that. So then you move on to phase 4, which is create the content. Now it's time to write the emails. Now it's time to write the text messages. Now it's time to actually take the pictures and create all of the things so that it's in a bank. The reason why it's hard for us to post and do the things is because we're trying to do it right then and there. Like, go ahead and do it before. Now, mind you, we haven't even launched yet. So this is all before, and we got it sitting over here to the side so we can just push it out. And as it's going out, and as we move on to phase 5, which is executing, we've launched everything, but we're launching one thing in one season, and we're doing our prep work phases 1 through 4 for another season. And so we want to make sure that we're staying and understanding what's happening. So now we go into phase 5. This is where you execute, this is where you launch, and this is where you are doing your sales tactics and doing all the things that you actually need to do so that you move on to phase 6. So you launch in phase 6, we actually monitor, right? Like, we monitor what happens. Okay, did it go good? Did it go bad? Did I get 2 likes, 3 likes? Like, what happened? So that you move on to phase 7, which is pivoting. A lot of times we wait into the end of the month or the end of the quarter, and we like, you know what, I just really didn't sell enough books. And truth be told, you gotta sell these books, because if you don't have a full-time job, or even if, regardless if you got other income coming in, you should be holding yourself accountable to your goals. So pivoting right there in the moment allows you to be able to hold yourself accountable today. Georgia Power and your landlord is not waiting on their bills to be paid. So how can you make sure that you guarantee and get to your goals? Because it always goes back into the numbers. I tell people all the time, they say, "Oh, I didn't make enough money. I launched it, but and I go back and say, how many people see your offer? How many people?" Because that's normally the problem. We didn't have enough traffic. We didn't have enough people to see it. So then we move on at the end to phase 8 is analyze. So we look at the campaign in a bird's eye view, and we analyze everything that has happened. And so the reason why I tell people this is because this is the method and the methodology that we follow. And the reason why it's important, guys, is because, and I think a lot of times we get overwhelmed and we start to dive in and really focus on one thing. Y'all clearly see that creating the content, like taking the pictures and stuff, was just one phase. Right? It's the strategy behind it that's actually, and the data behind it that's actually going to push your launch forward. So that's our 8 steps of creating a campaign.
Listen, y'all just had a whole masterclass. She just told you everything that you need to do. I hope you took notes. That was so good. And let me know in the comments if you found some holes in your marketing plan, right? Or what you thought was a marketing plan. Maybe you thought the marketing plan was, I'm just going, every day I'm going to get up and post a new picture. And then it ain't got nothing to do with anything you got going on. Or maybe you're guilty, where you're not visually representing what you're selling. I know that I have been guilty, right? We trying to go viral with reels on Instagram, and we selling a book, and we going viral trying on outfits.
Right.
Have you seen? It's like they don't have anything to do with anything. Look, Lisa says, I'm all the holes. Wait, hold on, where is it? Right here. I'm all That's so good. So we're gonna wrap up, because man, I feel like you've given them enough, right, to go back and digest. But you have a few things. So one of the things, not to put her on blast, but I talked to her. I found out about her Millionaire Mob University and the things that she was doing. And I said, look, didn't I say? I said, hold on, I want a partner.
Yes.
I said I want a partner because this is something that you do great.
Yes, thank you.
And so we're gonna be, we're gonna get together. I don't got all the details, but we're gonna make sure that I'm funneling my authors into your program because it's phenomenal. Like, so we cool with that. I'll put you on the spot.
No, I had you on my list. I was like, yeah, we locking in, we getting it together because we got books sold. Okay.
Yes, we got to get these books sold. And once I got from underneath my rock and started checking out everything you were doing, I was like, oh my goodness, this is phenomenal. Like, I'm joining too. I'm gonna be in there with y'all. Okay. I'll be in there with y'all. So that's the first thing. So we'll make sure we get links out for that. The next thing is you have a planner. Y'all know I loves me a good planner. Can we talk about how we can get this planner so they can at least get started? Because mind blown, right? Can you tell them about your planner and what it does?
Yes, absolutely. So we have our $1 million planner. And this was based off of and created based on our $1 million marketing system. And so just like I laid those campaigns out, that is how our planner is laid out. And so it tells you, okay, phase 1, do this, phase 2, do this. So it gives you a place to actually plan and execute all of the things that you actually need to do. So I think, especially where you guys are in business, this planner is going to hold you accountable. And then as we begin to prepare everything for you guys to get inside of the membership, our membership, our zone is really, we call it the School of Content and Traffic, because we help you really master going from invisible to visible, which is the first step. Nobody knows how great you are right now. You are this greatness behind this rock, right? Like, nobody knows how good your story is, how good that book is, but we need to go from invisible to visible before we go from visible to paid. And not saying that we're not going to make money in that phase, but what happens is is we're trying to scale something that ain't scalable because ain't nobody, we scaling zero. Right, like, so we need to make sure that we have an audience, we're building a community and doing a thing. So the planner is definitely the perfect place to start. And then like Chanel said, we will be working on partnering to get you guys inside of our market school of content and traffic, so that you guys go through a school like system to make sure we're holding you accountable, putting you in accountability groups, so that you can really move the needle when it comes to your book.
Let me get off mute. I'm over here trying to post the link so y'all can go ahead and get the planner. And I posted on for YouTube, and then I posted it. I know it's a long link. That was the link I found. I just Googled real quick. If that ain't the right link, all right, put the right one there.
I'm gonna give you. How can I send you the other link? I'm gonna send it into the back.
You gonna send me the other link? I think on here it has a little private chat. You put in the private chat. All right, cool. Look, I was like, let me Google real quick. Okay, y'all, this the real one. Okay, this the real one. Let me. Look, I'm over here trying to be real expeditious. Okay, here go. This the one you want. I'm gonna show this, and then on Facebook, I'm gonna come over here. Let me delete this. Well, let me delete it. Yup, it's out. I'm deleting that one. I'm putting the real one. Here's the real one. I just dropped it in Facebook. It should show up. So go ahead and grab that. I wasn't sure. Okay, y'all see that? Look, someone says, look, Jania says, I'm part of the mob. Yes. Come on. But yeah, that's one thing that's definitely I'm gonna work with my way to get you guys funneled into that, even while you guys are writing your books, so that we can make sure that you're in alignment. And that was one thing I got. And I guess in closing, one of the things that I got, and one of the things that I do naturally, but I will admit we haven't really pushed it with our authors, is marketing on the front end. And so how you can develop your content for your book to make sure that it's actually meeting your goals for the reason you're writing the book. And so we're going to make sure you do that. And I guess in closing, is there anything you want to add before we close out?
Yes, I just want to let you guys know that you can do it. If y'all come over here to the mob, it's not, we don't make it easy, but we do make it simple. Okay. And I'm going to tell you about yourself and make sure that you get it together, because I believe in each and every one of you guys. And I don't feel like you will be on this call or this live for you not to have the tools and not to have everything that you need to go to the next level. I think it just starts with you deciding that this is not where I'm gonna stop. Like I'm deciding that this is just the beginning. And like I told you guys before, nothing about God is mediocre. Nothing about him is subpar. So there is no way that he would have equipped us with subparness in us, right? Like, we want to make sure that we're excelling and we are in his image, so that we are doing everything that we need. So strategy starts with you, like understanding your strategy and understanding, shifting your mindset to know, like, not I can do this, but I gotta do this, right? Like, because we'll shift our mindset, like, I can do this, no, I got to, like, I don't have no other option. There is no other way that I'm going to be able to do the things that I need to do unless I do this. And I keep talking about, like, I'm leaving this book so my children can have the royalties from this book, and I'm leaving a legacy. Well, look, think about to yourself, if this is the legacy that you will leave. If your kids really understood the amount of work that you actually put in, would they be proud? Or would they be like, oh, Mom, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could go a little harder. Like, think about that, because nobody else is gonna come up and save you. You got to save yourself.
That is so good. Thank you so much for taking part of your time. I know you've been you've been working. I don't even have my voice out of the way. So I get it. Y'all, I will post the replay and we'll email it out as well. But I want to say thank you. Can y'all put in the comments, thank you, my Ray? Y'all, let's show her some love. Say thank you. She came in and poured in. I told her she just got through from speaking. We've been at conferences. I know she tired, so I appreciate it. Look, I get it. I get it. It was ponytail day for me. I said, look, they just gonna get this ponytail and this lipstick. But okay. All right, y'all putting the thing. Okay, look, they in the comments, they saying thank you. Look, y'all, come on, y'all better give her some love, especially if we have guests. We don't always have guests, but every now and again we get some great guests, and you have been absolutely phenomenal. So thank you, Mom Ray. We're gonna be in touch. We're gonna get these students enrolled, and we better make some money from these books.
Yes, I love y'all. If y'all need me, let me know, and I'll see y'all later.
All right, bye, y'all.